All right, three themes in the market right now, right?
Okay.
AI, obviously, Bitcoin right now, and what's going on with rate cuts, right? So out of the three, which one which one do you believe the most? AI is real, Bitcoin has more legs to go, or we will get more than three rate cuts?
Well, first of all, I don't care about the rate cuts per se because,
I know you don't think it's moving the market. I get it.
yeah, I don't. I think the Bitcoin move is real. I don't know how sustainable it's going to be at these levels, but the difference in Bitcoin is I don't think there's a motivation to sell. Like I just, what I see with digital assets is there's no real motivation to sell. Like there's not going to be a gamma squeeze. There's no derivative. Like there's nothing. It's just passive longs. And when I talk to I was talking to my son 2 days ago, and his biggest position is just crypto, and he's like, I'm like, are you selling any? He's like, hell no. He's like, no, not even considering it. And I'm like, okay, listen, it's your call. But yeah, they're not like that whole generation's. He's like, no, not even considering it. And then when I think about chip stocks, listen, are they real? Of course, but that doesn't mean. I mean, I believe they're priced to perfection. That's what scares me. What scares me is it's not a question of being real. It's a question of they're hardware companies. On a hardware company, could you be priced to perfection? The answer is yeah, you could be.
I believe it's real. I tell you, one of the things that I thought was just the sentiment around it sometimes. And I just saw this on the tweet earlier and I retweeted. I mean, they said AI could be the next 100. I mean, they said Dell could be the next 100 billion chip stock. I'm like, chip stock? These guys make computers. What are you talking about? Like,
Well, they did make computers, but they realized it's much more profitable to make servers and to make it's much more profitable to make chips.
I mean, yeah, but it's servers, right? It's not chips though, right? I mean, they're still making servers. They make servers.
They already made servers, but I'm saying everybody's going to get into the AI space. They're going to preload everything. It's going to be blah blah blah. You're going to buy Dell computers to be preloaded with whatever you need AI chip wise. Yeah.
Right? I don't know. It's just something else to me. Best trade of the week. Best and worst trade of the week. Those are, back and forth, two questions.
Tony, best and worst trade.
Best trade of the week for me was probably an unlikely one when I put it on. For me, the trade that worked the best was in Boeing. I kind of had a little bit of longish delta in Boeing and got paid pretty quickly in Boeing. And my worst trade, which was working out really nice, is probably an AMD position that I've had on for about a month now. But I was just about even until the last 2 days when AMD started to take a big run up.
Same, yeah. AMD is, man, that was a monster move yesterday, and it's still in its bid today.
Yep.
Yeah, my worst trades are all chip related. Microsoft and Nvidia and the Nasdaq in general. Those are my worst trades. Best trade, for the week. Well, this week the best trade was being long Russell, short S&Ps. That's probably been the best trade of this week. As far as individual equities go, that's a damn good question. What is the best trade of the week? Coinbase did not do us any favors this week.
Big moves there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what equity I would pick. I mean, we have a couple that we made some money on this week, but I don't know which one I would consider. I'd have to think about it. I don't think I paid that much attention.
But that kind of gets to my point. I mean, it's hard to figure out the best trade of the week, right?
Yeah, I mean, mostly they've been short premium plays, but there's definitely been. We've definitely struggled with these Nasdaq stocks. I've struggled in Microsoft. I've struggled in Nvidia. I've struggled at AMD. I've struggled in the Qs. Those are big positions. I mean, those are big names. Like big underlyings, $1 trillion names. It's amazing to me how do you move $1 trillion stock or a $3 trillion stock?
By the magnitude of how big they're getting moved each day.
Yeah. And then I think the other question that we have that's out there that I think hasn't been addressed, that needs to be addressed, is this the end of Like, is Apple yesterday's news?
Dude, very good question. I totally agree.
Yeah, like is Apple the new IBM? Like, did
Or
they?
did Apple just become what we always talked it was going to be after they abandoned the whole like growth stock and became a dividend paying stock?
Yeah, but is
Right.
Apple now like,
Like IBM, I agree with you. I think you said
yeah,
it perfectly.
is Apple off the board? As I mean, there was a transition that took place over the course of the last couple of months where essentially we went from Apple being a market leader to really Nvidia and Microsoft and whatever, whoever else you're going to put up there. I'm not sure exactly who's, 3, 4, 5, whatever. But if, of those stocks, it sure feels like those are the market leaders right now, not Apple.
Absolutely. And it's funny because I was going to say that with Apple and like this past month, Apple and Google are the only ones that ended the month down. I don't know what last time in general, first of all, when I saw every sector in the SP 500 was up this month. Oil, utilities, like all of them. That's
Yeah,
actually kind
it's
of
but we're not in a bubble, says everybody. I don't agree.
I don't think we're in a bubble. I just think we're a little. It's a little FOMO. I mean, you know what I mean? Like it's a little FOMO right now.
It's frothy. The ducks are. Tony did a thing yesterday. Ducks are barking. Yeah, I mean, a couple of customers wrote to me and they said, "Why do you think that? Like, why?" And listen, and again, it's very subjective. It's very subjective, but you just don't hear. I feel like when you're at a market bottom, everybody talks about us, being in a real danger zone. Like there's just, the bottom can fall out, all that kind of stuff. And when you're at a market top, you just don't hear any talk like that.
It's all blue skies.
It's all, it's all the cover of The Economist type thing.
Yeah.
So this gets to my last question. What brings vol back?
Well, nothing that you could tell right now. Like you will never know. Like you're not going to get vol back because you predict why. Like it's for sure not going to be something you, Tony, or myself can come up with the reason vol comes back. I mean, obviously a down move, but it's going to be something kind of third party that causes that's the spark that turns it into something uglier.
I'll give you when we get vol back. When the expected move is $50-$55 each week in the E-mini S&Ps, 50-55 points in the E-mini S&Ps. When we close down 100 or more for the week, you'll get vol. Two times the expected move is what you need.
When we do get vol back, don't fade it.
Well said.